Hello and welcome to Sidequest. This is our weekly video game show here at Geekverse. I'm your host Dylan Muss, and I'm with me the R&D Travis Snell. How are you doing? Welcome back to Sidequest. Welcome back to the podcast in general. It's good to have you here, my friend.
Yes, this is actually marking the first because I was hoping for news, but then everyone abandoned it, so I was just stuck with Taylor. How awkward! couple days before I assault the man, and then I got to do podcasts with him. But yes, this is the first side quest. I'll be on next week. Lots of catch up we can do. But yeah, this is the first 4-man cast I've been on, so I'm excited to do it. So let's do this.
The GV quads are back. We got also the better luck this year. Kirkland Patzer, how's it going?
It's going very well. It's going very well. I'm excited to kick off a new draft season.
That did not sound well.
Yeah, that was a sketchy
very
well.
Yeah.
That sounded rehearsed. I don't like that. And we have the Field of Fields. Mr. Taylor Field, how are you doing, my friend?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm here looking for a W.
Looking for a W. We'll see if you find it. This is of course the 2025 video game draft. We do this every single year. We're here a little late this year because Travis was away, and then I didn't have internet for a bit. So this week's episode's a bit late. It also probably should have been back in January, but that's just how things go sometimes. I think we're just going to skip kind of right to it because we're doing a lot of these drafts tonight. So we're just going to get right into it. As Travis mentioned, next week we will have like kind of your standard side quest episode. Travis is going to join. We're going to talk about all the games he's been playing while he's away, among other news and all that good stuff as you normally can expect. But yeah, we're getting into the draft here. So the way this works, and the rules change a little bit, but for the most part, they're pretty consistent. All four of us are going to pick 5 games to go on our draft. And at the end of the year, we're going to look at all those games that released. We're going to tally up all the Metacritic scores, so the review scores for those games. Whoever has the highest overall number wins the draft. We'll take a quick look back at last year, where we have the results. The results are coming in hot and heavy here. In last place was Taylor Field with 486 points. You had one game get delayed out of the year. That was Assassin's Creed Shadows. We'll see if you go to pick that one up again. Or
We've canceled it. Ghost is coming out.
And then in third place, this is crazy actually, a nail biter, Kirkland with 525 points. And then I had 526, so I literally had one more point than you. Now, what's funny about that is I had a game delayed, and you had all of your games. So even with a game getting kicked out and me lacking a whole game's worth of points, still beat you by 1 point. But yeah, we'll
Thanks
see.
for
Do you think
giving all the details? You could have just left it out. You could have just left it. You beat me by 1 point, but I appreciate you got all the details there.
I won't, rub in South Park Snow Day anymore. We can leave that for last
never
year.
again. I'm never picking a South Park game again.
And then in first place was Travis Snell with 565 points. Really clean performance overall. Are you feeling confident this year? You think you're going to do 2 in a row here?
I'm feeling good. I think this in many drafts. Now that I've won, it's like, should I play it safe and go for the double? But I think I'm gonna make some wild picks. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I haven't decided the play style yet, but I'm feeling pretty good, especially in these later years because this is the 2022. This is the 4th year we're doing all these drafts. So now I feel like all those early strategies that we've pulled out are out there. They're free. Like, I don't think there's anything else people can pull it back. Oh, I didn't think of that. So now I think it's a real even playing field. I wanted to win the video game one because I think one year I was really close and had a delay. So I'll be curious when Avowed comes out, Dylan, and see that score and see like if it would have came out, if you would have beat me or not. I don't know because there's a good shot you would have. So
I think I would have.
so,
I mean,
yeah,
if I was 40 points before, I don't think that game was getting less than 50. I think it would at least get a 75 or 72, something like that.
I don't say it much, but thank you, Microsoft, for making that those right moves. So
I'm still very excited for that game. So even though they burned me with that, so of course, congratulations, Travis. We're gonna go through this, and then of course we did this last year. I think it was the first time we did it, where midway through the year we kind of all 4 of us got back together and we all drafted, I think 3 more games, maybe it was 2. I forget if we went up to 7 or 8, but we all drafted a bunch more games because of course a bunch of things get announced throughout the year. And then anything that was delayed officially, we kicked those off our list and kind of refreshed them. And then of course in the final hours, me and Taylor both got screwed with some delays there with Avowed and Assassin's Creed. So it can always happen. Avowed happened super late in the year. That's just the way it goes. You can try and pick games that come out earlier and try and be safe, but then maybe you're getting less points. That's kind of part of the whole game of it. So at some point, probably in the summer, we will come back and do the not even necessarily second half, but just kind of the second part of this, I guess you could say, and then we kind of check in throughout the year. In terms of rules, we of course do the classic snake draft. So one of us is going to go first. We'll go back and forth. Things that are not allowed, anything that is currently in early access. So if it's out right now on Steam in early access, something like that, not allowed. You can't pick it because that game's already out. We already kind of know about it. No ports. So, I think Final Fantasy Rebirth or something's coming out on PC soon. You can't pick that because it's out. It's the same game. This is where it gets tricky. We've said no remasters in the past, but like remakes are allowed. And that's a slippery slope because it's such a back and forth. It's very close in terms of what makes what. So we'll just have to do that on a case-by-case basis. I guess if someone tries to pick a game that is nebulously in between, then we can do a little on-the-fly call if that game's going to be allowed. Am I missing anything? I guess... we've talked about DLCs. Are DLCs allowed?
No, I'm not. I don't think so. I don't want the Elden Ring thing going on.
Just
I
like
was
a
at
game
I
of
don't.
the
Yeah,
year,
because
it's not.
I wasn't here
it's
for
not
Game of the
worthy,
Year
yeah.
thing.
we didn't
but I
have
didn't
Elden
like
Ring
any of
on
that.
our draft last year, right? That was
No.
considered a banned pick. Yeah.
No, I'm firmly against the no DLC.
I mean, last year Taylor had World of Warcraft: War Within. That sounds like DLC to me. I didn't play it, but
Doesn't matter. I lost, so I'm not fighting for it.
I just want to get us all on the same page before we start picking things.
If someone feels like that, because in that situation, I know nothing about World of Warcraft. If something comes up that someone feels, hey, that could be DLC, same thing as a remaster, remake, I'd say bring it up and let's discuss and take a look at it. Because I don't know, I didn't know if that was like a Warcraft, like a sequel or whatever. Because there's some stuff that I'm blind on. So I'd say if there's something iffy, throw a hand up.
Okay, we will decide that when it comes up. Can one of the three of you pull up the famous Matty Sag's Wheel of Fate?
Yeah.
For us to determine the order. I forget actually. In the past, have we done like winner picks? I like the wheel. Live
Always
and die
winner
by the wheel.
picks? No, it's always in the wheel. It's always in the wheel.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know how you guys feeling. I guess just confidence level when you did your research preparing for this. I did a little quick re-listen of our preview that we did like a month ago just to see if I forgot anything. I'm feeling okay. I think there's easily 20 games worth of juice on here, and maybe at least like 15 of those. I'm like, okay, I think these are actually very solid picks. So I'm feeling good. I feel like there's a deep roster that we have of announcements this year.
Yeah, I feel all right because I feel like there's two that people might not pick per se. I could be wrong, but I feel like there's two of those. So if that goes good, then I feel like I got my three. If those other two or maybe other people are sniffing around them, then maybe some new moves will have to be made.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this.
All right. Spin that wheel, baby.
I wonder if it's gonna end on red and
The Pokeball.
The fake Pokeball. We got Taylor Field.
yes.
The perfect chance
Loser
for
status.
redemption.
I love it.
Is that what you wanted, Taylor? Did you want
I
first
did.
this time?
I
Okay,
want
cool.
first.
He has a pretty juicy pick on the cusp, it seems.
Gears of
Next
War 80.
up. Oh, right between me and Travis.
Oh
That looks like me.
Oh, no, that's
Wow.
That's the closest it's ever been. That's good.
That was like in Smash Bros. When you're so close to the ledge that your character starts like falling off. It was like that.
Shit.
Okay, I'm number
Pokeball.
2.
Fraudulent.
That's
I
looking
don't
like you,
even want
Travis.
this. I don't want it.
Ooh.
You don't like that spot?
No, I like the first of the whatever. I think this is
Okay.
actually the worst spot to get because at least with number 1, if you don't get it, you're like, well, they'll miss something so I can pick it up. Once you get to 3, it's like, probably second will get stuff. So,
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Okay. Taylor Field, you are the first one to make a selection.
Ooh,
A lot of
I'm
directions to go
happy
here.
I'm happy I got first, but now I'm torn because there's two picks that I feel like I need to put on I want on my list. I definitely want on my list because I feel like they're already picks that you guys are gonna go for. One is a little bit more bolder than the other, so maybe
favors the bold.
just to be safe, I'll just say Death Stranding 2.
Just to be safe. The game that
Wow.
doesn't even have a release date.
That is bold.
2025.
No. Now, you said it. It's too late, but like it doesn't have a date.
I thought it was 2025.
And there is even I know like because you guys said in the
It's
video
coming, Taylor.
preview,
It's
but like
coming.
I don't know. Even Hideo last year said something, and they're like, what percentage is that? He's like 30% done. And I was like, oh, everyone's like, this game's not coming out 2026.
He's been going
but-
hard over Christmas. Okay, he got a good
Well,
60%
you have
in
that
for
pick.
sure.
I love it.
I mean, when I Googled it, it says 2025 right there, but I have no idea. That's just, you know.
Never been dated. Never been dated. Just throwing
I'll
that
take,
out there.
I'll take my chances.
He's not one to date things.
I mean, Wikipedia says it's supposed to come out this year, so
Wikipedia doesn't
I
lie.
trust Wikipedia more than I trust any of you three. I think that's. I would wager that's coming out this year, but who
Thank
the heck knows? I guess that's a
Appreciate the
rule
support.
I didn't mention, but like technically, you should try and pick things that are coming out this year, and not play for like picking things that are intentionally going to come out in the future, so that you can drop them when we get to the second half. If that makes sense.
That
You know,
does,
don't
yeah.
don't try
That's
and
what
game the
JS do.
system in that way. If you pick something that has literally announced 2026, you're not allowed to pick it. That's against the rules.
I picked Skyfall Elder Scrolls 6. That's what I picked.
Skyfall, Elder Scrolls 6. I haven't heard of that one.
It's going to be great.
Okay, on the beach is off the beach here. That goes over to me now. Okay, so here's the thing. Every year we've done this draft. I think this is the 4th year. Could be wrong. I think
Yeah,
this
it's 4th year.
I've never won, even though I'm the video game guy.
Yeah,
But I will
previous-
claim that I have had the highest average score. My review scores, Metacritic scores, have been the best. I just have always had games get delayed, which has dropped my number. That's my excuse. So I'm gonna switch it up a little bit this year, and I'm gonna go for what Kirkland has done in the past. We're just like pick things that are coming out in like a few weeks. You know, the things that are least likely to get kicked. And so I'm gonna go for Monster Hunter Wilds, which is coming out pretty soon. I would be shocked if that game got delayed. It's already had a bunch of previews and things like that. People have played the game. It's coming out, I think, March or April or something like that. Monster Hunter World's the last mainline game, had a 90. People really like this series. I think this game's going to be great. I probably won't be playing it, but I will happily see it crack up some points on my list here. So I'm going to go Monster Hunter Wilds, my first pick.
Okay. Yeah, to be clear, Kirkland won the first 2 years, and then I won this year. So I finally
Right.
broke Kirkland's streak because he had that stupid little trophy. But you know what? Next time you see me, hand it over, buddy. That trophy's mine. Is it even there? Do you still have it on your
Are you
desk?
talking about
somewhere?
my horseshoe trophy? That's
Yeah,
right
every
here.
year be like, oh, look at my
It's
trophy.
right there.
Well,
Come on,
next
it's
year.
on, it's
look
on
at
every
my trophy.
cast I do.
Look at this. There's a spot right next to Goblin. It's gonna be. So
Get your name on it.
okay, so I'm very happy about this. So this is where I said I didn't know if I was where I was going. I'm gonna go safe or some bold picks. And now I'm feeling bold based on those 2 picks. And some people might think, oh, like what Dylan said, can he pick this game because it's further out? But no, because Take-Two confirms, this was today, statement confirms that GTA 6 is still on track for a fall 2025
Is that a
release.
Wikipedia post there? I see?
Well, yeah, it is. It is. So, no, it's an actual statement from the company, not fucking just some gamer that loves Hideo.
Hideo.
Hideo
Hideo's
Kojima.
going to jail.
So I'm going with GTA. I think there's a risk to it, but if you look at all those scores, majority of them are all like 95, 90. Like if it and I that's the thing. If it hits, unless something gargantuan happens, I think it's like a minimum 90 minimum. So I'm taking a risk, but the thing is, maybe that is one I could drop in the future. But I'm picking it because I want it, because I want it to come out, obviously. But this is like the 3rd time this year they've said it's coming, so I have to believe them. And if they do, I want that. That's what I want on my team. Maybe they'll screw me down the road, but I want the big, like the megalodon, on my roster. So
That's the mag right there.
that is the Meg. Yeah.
I respect that pick. I was just a little too worried of the... Even though I saw that post today, yes, they did say.
Take-Two.
But that also seems like something you put out there so your investors are happy. You know, who knows? It's not like they put a trailer out there that confirmed it. They're just trying to appease those suits. And I'm here for the gamers. I'm not here for the suits. Kirkland, you have 2 picks back to back. So there's a lot of power in your field here.
Yeah, I
Taylor
feel the
Field.
power. I feel like I don't normally get the back-to-back, so this is an exciting time. I'm kind of surprised GTA made it all the way down. I feel like I was going to take it no matter what, even though it is a risky pick, just because it is that big megalodon. It's
Sidequest
Megalodon.
draft winners right here.
yeah. So yeah, kudos to you, Travis, for getting that. I think I'm going to take Doom: The Dark Ages here as my
bastard.
first
Great
pick. So impressed by
pick.
all of the gameplay trailers and everything I've seen. I'll take it on PS5. I'll stick to the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah, I
right?
guess.
Or
So
actually,
Metacritic
I'll
has...
go PC. I'll go PC. on that
Metacritic
one.
has like an aggregate thing now, so it just like combines averages
Oh,
out
okay,
all the
so-
versions. So I think that's cleaner. We'll just do it that way.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. So yeah, I'll take Doom there, and then for my second pick, I'm gonna go with a heart pick here. I'm gonna go Split Fiction. I'm gonna really just will this game to be like a perfect, 10 out of 10 experience. And yeah, I'm happy that I'll be drafting it.
Yeah.
And
It
buying
Takes
it.
Two has really great reviews. I think it's in the 90s, right? Or at least high 80s at the very least.
Game
And
of
it's
the year. That's all I
100%
know.
coming out.
Yeah.
100% coming out. Like, there's no way that's getting delayed out of this year. So, two really great picks. Once again, Kirkland, you pick the kind of first quarter, early year things. And these are two really great picks. So, those are definitely in my S tier picks for the night. So, nice work there.
GTA was there though. I would have taken that for sure. I'm sorry, Split Fiction. You would have dropped a little bit. But.
Okay. Well, yeah, getting back to that now, early games, just confirming some numbers. I'm pretty happy with them. So I'm going to go with Civ 7. I'm going to take that. Doesn't seem like there's anything I can't take that.
That's
The
already
reviews
out.
are already out. The game's already out.
It says February 11th over here.
Well, if
There's
you go on
the early
Metacritic, it already
release,
has
right?
reviews, right?
Oh, does it? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, because there was like early access. You can like pay,
I
and then
forgot
it's
about
out
that.
now,
Okay.
kind of thing.
I will take...
Honestly, I think you're maybe like it has a decent
Forgot.
score now, but I think it might drop because like it's been a pretty controversial launch. So
I will, as long
you
as
might
this
be happy
game
with that.
hasn't I'll take I'll take some other release games too. As long as this hasn't been released, I'm gonna steal Avowed. Got me the win last year because it was delayed.
It's
I
dead
do-
to me, so you can have it.
I do feel good about it. The play test has gone well and everything like that. So yeah, I'm gonna take Avowed. And I just don't feel like that's gonna get delayed into 2026. If it does, then that studio has bigger issues than I would think. But yeah, I feel good with Avowed there. So
Very nice. Okay, I guess that takes it over to me. I'll let you guys crack the code on this, but I have 3 more games in my S tier picks. And I'm going to go with I think this one has potential to drop on the Metacritic compared to its predecessor, but I still think it's a clean 90. I'm going Elden Ring Night Rain. The 3-player
yeah,
co-op
okay.
DLCs. It's not DLC, it's its own game, so that's where it's...
you
not
said it. It's
game.
out. It's out.
Hey, you know what? If they want to sell it in a separate box, I will pick it for my list. Kind of a boring pick, but I do think this is definitely coming out this year. And I mean, it's Elden Ring. What are you going to do? Not pick Elden Ring? So
Yeah, no, good
Yeah.
pick. I kind of forgot about that game. So
Ooh.
if you guys need me to pull up the visual here, let me know at some point. I'm writing this down.
So I got 2 picks right now.
You do. The snake is in your favor
right
here.
now, right here.
Let's go with. I don't think that the reviews are out for this because it's still 14 days away.
Be careful.
I'm gonna
Ooh.
go with Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Nice.
Those
nice.
Yakuza games got high ratings, so I like. Ruben's always showing me those Yakuza games, so.
Are they not even called that anymore? Did they like rebrand?
They got a variety of.
Well,
Yeah,
this
Like
one,
a Dragon,
they
yeah.
they switched to Like a Dragon, but this one has the word Yakuza in the title still, so it's like it's just
going
a
back.
mess.
I don't really understand that.
Insane game title, yeah.
Yeah.
A solid pick though. I think that's clean.
And then in addition to that, I'm going to go with Anno 117. Those Anno games are pretty popular, and this one
Interesting.
has, I think it's got some steam behind it. So
117, you say with those?
Spartan 117.
Is that actually what it's called? 117?
Anno 117, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Interesting pick because I don't like personally I didn't have that on my radar, so I feel like that would have been a freebie in a later round. But I don't know, maybe some of these other boys had scoped it out.
That's my next pick.
That's my next.
Okay. 2 ways I could go here: a more guaranteed kind of release date scenario, or a riskier one that maybe has a little more potential. But I think this year I'm being boring. I'm playing it safe. I'm gonna grab Ghosts of Yotai.
Does that have a date?
Not a date, but it has 2025 on the trailer for it.
That's why I'm just surprised by safe. I feel like just the year dates, those can sometimes be the unsafe. I feel like any day we could wake up to that, black page, white text, like we're working really
To
hard.
me-
We can't see you.
To me,
Open our
I
doors.
think there's a higher chance of that happening for GTA than for that happening for Ghosts, but we'll see.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna pick up the other side of that coin. I'm just gonna go with Assassin's Creed because the same way.
Oh, interesting.
It's what I think it's dated in spring, right? But it's the same thing as Avowed. Like if this game gets delayed from 2024 to 2025, 2026, there's big problems over there at Ubisoft. So I'm going to trust them to hit this. So I'm taking Dylan's delayed game. I'm taking the Fallen Soldiers, and I'm hoping they're going to get me to a win. Because, I don't want to go too far out. GTA is my one Hail Mary. I don't want to get too far off the reservation. So.
What do you think for number on that bad boy?
I think it's risky.
Like, are you just hoping for an 80 and then you're happy? Or?
Yeah, I'm hoping for 80. My hope is that the delays are genuine and it is going to come out and hopefully be one of those higher tier Assassin's Creed ones, right? Because I feel like we get the, 70, 80, it's fine. And I'll take it. Like, hey, look at South Park last year, right? Like, sometimes a 70 is even not too bad. But I'm hoping my minimum, I'd like a 78 to 80. My maximum, maybe like an 85. I think there's potential to stretch there. But, hopefully those delays help me out.
Okay. Taylor, are you just fuming at that?
No, he can
theft?
have it. I think because I've read a few
Just
things
wait till
and
they-
comments
till
about the
then.
game, and I
Oh,
think
yeah,
maximum you're gonna get probably like low 80s, but I
That's
think
fine.
minimum you're gonna get high 70s for sure. I think it's a safe pick.
That's why I'll take a low 80 over just a fucking goose egg 0. Like that's what I'm
Taylor,
looking for.
he's
so.
taking our delayed scraps from last year and Avowed and Assassin's Creed. Just our
Just remember when I win.
leftovers.
And
Yeah.
maybe
Where's
you
the
guys should have
strategy?
gave those scraps another chance. That is a strategy because they're coming out early. Maybe you should have given them another chance. It's like the ex-girlfriend. Not specifically Taylor's ex-girlfriend. Just the general term.
a nondescript.
Yeah, they. Taylor Field. What's your next two picks? It's Kirkland's
Not mine,
picks.
but I'll go.
I don't like these rules. Yeah, well, we going back to Taylor?
I insulted him, so I'm giving him the picks.
I got a couple I could pick here. I'm getting a little cautious around the release dates on them, just for the uncertainty on some of them. I think I'm going to take Atom Fall as my next pick.
Good
Okay.
pick. I was thinking that.
Medium wild card, I feel, just because I don't know what it's going to do, like ratings wise. I think everything I've seen, it looks really good. Another one I'm just kind of hoping, into existence, those Metacritic points. I'm hoping it's really good. So yeah, I think I'll take Atom Fall there.
That one, I'm very excited for that game, but I was looking at like Sniper Elite 5, phenomenal game, 77 on Metacritic. Like, a solid score, but I feel like, I don't know what it is, maybe about Rebellion, but I just feel like
Yeah.
maybe this could be the one that really climbs, but I feel like it's bound for another 70 something.
Hopefully not, because I'm taking it.
I'll be
here,
there day
but,
one.
I'd
Excited for that.
love to get those points. For my next one, I feel like every year I usually go with these like just random PC games that are usually like my best picks. Like last year, Frostpunk 2, that was my number one.
You should just make them all.
Really solid 85. I think
Commando
that was my max.
3 1 year. I think you
Commando
had.
3, yeah. I'm gonna go Football Manager 25 here.
Don't know.
the newest installment. What?
Sure, go.
What?
They announced
No?
that game's canceled. Legit.
Literally today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well,
We
I'm
should've
glad
let
you guys told me that.
I want to win honorably. But yeah, literally today they put out a post and everyone was
wow.
really bummed
okay,
about it.
that's I didn't
Yeah.
But
know
there's
that.
I saw there's like a new preview for WWE 2K25, so that's on the board. You could pick that.
No, I looked at those Metacritics and they're not that
bad.
they're awful.
No,
it's just
they're
they're
not bad.
inconsistent.
Hey, we'll talk about in Sidequest coming up. First time ever GMO'd online. Me and the Gimmick Boys are very excited. It's a big day for the wrestling fans. So that could get you some big numbers right there, Kirkland.
I hope it's
GMO'd
phenomenal for you.
GMO'd online.
Nice.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take.
Put on the back foot here.
I definitely am. Okay, I'm gonna take.
WWE ain't looking so bad now, eh?
I'm gonna take Mafia: The Old Country. One, I really don't know if it's even gonna release. It says summer of 2025, but they haven't updated like anything on the game in a very long time. Really
Not
impressive.
that
like,
long since like
cinematics,
last summer.
but
It's not that long.
It feels like a long time, just with details that we've gotten on other games between now and then.
Okay.
So a little bit of an asterisk pick, but I don't know. I'm hoping that it's a fresh start on the series. The ratings in the past haven't been the greatest on all the games, but I'm hoping this is a wild card.
You gotta love this man dogs on WWE. The last 3 WWE games were higher rated than the last Mafia game. Mafia games like in the 67, WWE's all like 80s. That's really
Hey, that's Mafia 3 though. We don't talk about Mafia 3.
this is the old
Mafia,
country,
old country,
baby.
Travis. We're going to Italy, baby. Okay.
Sure, take it. Have fun with that.
God, I'm not taking Football Manager though, so I'll take that.
Imagine just imagine though, if Dylan's Wi-Fi didn't go down, we did this on Monday, you would have Football Manager right now, and then 3 days later,
That would have been
Zippo,
insane.
Done.
That
That
would have been insane.
unlucky.
You
That
should
would've
be
been
thanking
unlucky for
Dylan's
me.
Wi-Fi provider right there.
It was me, Dylan. I was the one that hacked your.
It was you all
Okay.
along.
So it's me, hey? Okay. So I think I'm gonna go for another. Because this is pick number 4, right?
Number 4.
Okay, I'm gonna do one more wild card because I got a couple more safer ones. Not as wild as GTA, and this is a bit more unknown territory for me because I've never played a single one of their games. But I feel like people are very excited. People are overly excited to the point where I see the gameplay, I'm like, okay, it looks good, but they're very excited. The games that these people have been a part of in the past have done really well, so I'm gonna pick Judas. I'm gonna hope that could be a breakout this year, and because those Bioshock games, like even Bioshock Infinite, is like 94, so it's like fucking nuts. Like those are good, so that's why obviously it's not the exact identical people, but if they can kind of in a way become like the Outer Wilds, because I was even looking like, okay, what's Fallout and Outer Wilds comparison? Outer Wilds is like 86. Again, I'm just making the comparison of like.
Do you mean Outer Worlds, by the way, or
Outer
are you
Worlds.
talking?
Thank you.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes,
okay.
yeah. So I'm making the comparison of a bunch of people
Coming
from
out
one studio.
2025.
Yeah, so it's maybe on the list, but a comparison of one studio, some people leaving, creating something similar, but having good success. And I think Judas will. I don't even know if I'll be playing it, but I feel like this could be a risk. This could be like a 70, like could be a disappointment, but I'm gonna just have some faith and maybe snag a sleeper pick here. So I'm going with Judas.
March 2025, apparently.
That's what Take-Two said, but like that's where I feel confidently enough. I think it's gotten the official 2025 like sticker, and Take-Two, I think they just said in this quarter, so people think that. But I think if it's expected March, even with a couple delays, I feel like we can get this year. So, and if not, maybe by the summer, then I kick in and go, okay, it's been quiet. It's like I did with God, what's my game that's never coming out, Dylan, that I'm excited for all the time?
Replaced.
Replace, yeah, never doesn't exist.
It might not. It's more real than Football Manager 2025. That's all I know. Okay, back to me. I still have an S tier one that I think is going to get a really high number, but I'm not certain of its release date. And so I'm going to go for a safe one. This game we talked about last week on Sidequest because it was part of the Xbox showcase, or was that 2 weeks ago? We talked about it recently. I'm going to pick up South of Midnight. So I think it's Compulsion Games, the people who made We Happy Few. Are on this one. It looks good. I think it's going to get maybe low 80s, but I think it's 100% coming out. It's dated in April. Even if it does get pushed, I think it's still sticking to this year. So I don't think this is going to be a huge moneymaker. It's not going to be a 90. It's unlikely for that to be the case, but I think it'll be solid enough. So I'm going to go with South of Midnight.
Ooh, back to me for my last 2 picks. This one, they confirmed the year its release, but it's not devoid of being delayed, whatever. But the company confirmed it
Stranding
for
3.
2025.
Okay.
And with the recent unveilments of the Switch 2 and whatnot, I feel pretty good about picking Metroid Prime 4. I think that there's going to be a high chance that's going to slide into consoles near you this year. So I'm going to go with that.
That was the last one I had in my S tier. I just am worried of a potential delay. I do think it's coming out this year. I wager higher on the percentage that does come out, but in just trying to
What do you
switch up
think,
my strategy.
GTA or Metroid Prime?
I think Metroid
GTA.
Prime's more likely to me, honestly,
I think GTA.
because I feel like there's no way the Switch 2 is not coming out this year, and there's no way Metroid Prime comes out after the Switch 2 launch, in my opinion. So that's where
Yeah.
I factor. Like even if that game was getting delayed, I think they would delay the Switch 2, or like they wouldn't have announced it back in January when they did. That's kind of where I'm at with that one.
Because has there been like a real full re-reveal of that game?
Oh yeah, yep.
Okay. When did that happen?
Last summer, like Nintendo's showcase, I think, or maybe in a Nintendo Direct in September or something. But yeah, we saw some
Maybe.
gameplay and all that.
There's just too much question mark, and also question marks. Usually Nintendo doesn't put out crap quality, but if both come out, that's why I made my wildcard GTA, because we don't know with Metroid. It's been through a lot, so I don't think it's a guaranteed like
Yeah.
high 90 or anything. So
What do you guys? Because that game's definitely not a Switch 2 exclusive. I think they just advertise it too much for the Switch 1. But do you guys think that they could position it as like a Switch 2 launch title game that you can like kind of like how they did with Breath of the Wild when that came out still on the Wii U. Do you think they would do that for Metroid Prime? Would that be a good release date for it to get a lot of eyes on it?
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
It's always
Like
tough
that
with-
and Mario Kart, not just it on its own, something else as well.
You think
but-
Mario Kart's released with the new Switch?
I mean, it was in the trailer for it, so maybe.
I feel like I'm more confident on a Mario 3D platformer and Metroid than I am with Mario Kart and Metroid.
Really, even though they showed Mario Kart?
Yeah, but it's just like little snippets, though, right? Like it's not like it wasn't like a. It's just that could be like here's like.
It's more than a
couple
game
reels.
than Mario 3D.
I know, but like they always got one cooking in the back. They're like, what do we got back there? Oh, we
Yeah.
got Mario.
I mean,
Traversal
yeah, Odyssey
World.
was 2017 or
Yeah.
2018 or something, so it's
like
been.
they can just whip one
in
of those
the
together
oven.
in a week, and then that's there.
Oh yeah,
you
it's
know?
easy. Copy paste, yeah, easy. Okay, Metroid Prime 4, and you got one more there, Taylor.
Last one is going to be Wander Stop. I was
Okay.
just looking through indie games, and this one popped up. And I thought this one, it's just feels like this one could do it.
I think
It
that's a
gave-
fantastic pick. Yeah, yeah.
It gave me, oh my goodness, not Animal Crossing, but it
Little
was
Nicky.
similar to that for GameCube. I remember my cousin playing it.
Harvest
There's-
Moon?
Olimar?
Thank you, Harvest Moon. This game gives me kind of Harvest Moon vibes, and I know that Harvest Moon is a very popular title as well. So I think maybe.
I mean,
this
their
one could
last
do well.
game has a 90 on Metacritic because they're the makers of the Stanley Parable. It's a very different kind of game, but like this team and studio is super creative, super interesting. I think it's more than just like a cozy game. I think there's something more under the surface. So I think it's a fantastic pick. I definitely had it in my. I don't think any of you guys are gonna pick it. So if like things get dire, I can go to Understop. But I think that's a really good grab, Taylor. Nice work.
Cool.
I think that's coming out very soon too. So I think you're like
think
avoiding any
March.
delay chances. Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
pretty clean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it me?
Back to me now. Nice try. I got one more pick here. Okay, Metroid Prime got grabbed. Let's see. I might go for
Reaching for Taylor.
Thermostat.
Okay. Okay, I think I'm going to go for a boring pick that I think is once again just in the 80s. It's here's my analogy for this one. Like in when you're in the game of baseball, you can go for a huge swing, you can go for that home run, but you can also just like let the whatever guy strike out or whatever, and then you just get a walk. I don't know the terms of baseball very well, but you
Big
know what I'm
sports
talking
guy.
about.
Like a
So
Moneyball.
I'm going for MLB The Show 25.
Oh, okay.
These games always
Respectable.
do well. It's going to come out unless it gets canceled like Football Manager. So
Yeah. No,
it's boring, but it's going to, get me some good, clean, family fun points here.
Okay. That's okay, because I'm going to make a boring pick as well. And I'm, memed upon it. I've talked myself into it. I'm putting WWE 2K25 on the roster. Reason why I think it's going to do higher is because, clowning
GM mode.
aside, GM mode online is legitimately a very big thing. They have two new features this year. There's that, and there's this thing called the Island. It's an open world mode. The first time ever. Now, it could be disastrous and sink the game, or because we know this with sports games, it's like they release the same game 4 years in a row, and then something new comes out, right? And this is one of these years where there's double new stuff happening with online GM mode and the Island. So I'm banking on them both being good. Hopefully GM mode runs well, and the Island's fun, where you just go on this island and you're fighting other wrestlers and you're unlocking stuff. Like it's this weird mode. Like it's this mode that not even the. Okay, good. We're not picking the gens because they're not even allowing it on PS4 and like the last gen and stuff. So it's this like huge island where Roman Reigns in the middle of it. So I'm hoping these two modes, anytime WWE tries to put some new fresh stuff in there and it works, usually the meta score like bumps up a little bit instead of like an 80. Like I saw one there was like an 85. I'm like, okay, I could see this being a year if these new things work out well. It's like, oh, they put a little bit more effort in the game this year. Here's an extra point. So, and I think it's just like the lowest score it had was like 43, but that was like in 2020 when they had bad developers. Before that's like 73, like in the past like 6-7 years. So I'm
Okay.
pretty happy with that. So yeah, 32K
Nice.
25.
Good.
Good.
Go ahead, Coco.
My pick now, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna take a potential spicy one. I saw an article that had a potential data leak release date on it, so I'm gonna trust that and go with Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Yeah, that's on my list.
Supposed August 28th release date, according to my files I'm seeing here. But yeah, I don't know. I just don't see this not popping off and being like at least an 88 plus. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 88 plus.
Really?
That's
you think
really
it's
high.
a minimum 88? That's
Minimum, yeah. I'm
Without
cutting it if
Kojima,
it's not
that's-
there. I don't want any
that's-
points if they're not
Okay.
over 88.
You heard it first. It's 88
Yeah.
or 0 for Kirkland.
Sorry,
so.
what'd you pick? Sorry.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater.
Okay, how does everyone feel about the
MX.
remake remasterness of that?
Oh, right. I'm fine with it because I feel like it's going to be, I won't say a top to bottom remake, but pretty close too because it has been so long, and I feel like there's going to be new features and stuff added from some of the other games like Phantom Pain. But so I'm on the side of I give it a thumbs up for allowing it.
Forgot it was even a remake, honestly.
I do not know the games well enough, but in that case, I think it's okay. 'Cause I have no
Interesting.
platform to speak from.
Yeah, I guess I don't know enough about it either, but to me it seems like a remaster, but
Oh.
I don't
Are they
know.
calling it a remaster? Or are they calling it a remake?
Calling it
They're calling it
Delta.
Metal Gear Solid Delta.
I wasn't sure if they had a title on it or not. 'Cause they
So
released
Delta
those-
is pretty ambiguous.
Because aren't the ones that you played down, are those labeled remasters?
That's like a port. That's like a
a
port
port?
collection. Like there's no changes to that. It's just like putting the games on the Switch. Like they look like garbage, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah,
Let the
I think
council
we kind of
decide.
just have. I think we just have to roll with it because, I mean, none of us really know. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Plus,
if it's really bad, I'll swap the pick. And
It's
if
gonna
be
it's
like
good,
60.
I'll keep it.
I think you're good to go. We'll just hope it gets delayed and then make you replay. Because I think the only thing that I mean, I'm also biased because I feel like if that does come out, it's gonna get great reviews because it's just like a pretty faithful remake of a game that people or remaster, remake, whatever it is, of a game that people like love a lot, and I think it's hard to mess that up. You know,
I do, but at the
it's
same
like the
time,
best looking version of some people's like favorite game of all time. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
get 90 plus. I think.
I just also wonder because people do love Kojima if that might factor into some of those reviews, and some people might be a little stickler about it. I feel like that last
That
game
would
they
be
put out was
that would really make me question the journalistic integrity of reviewers if they're like, this
Oh,
game
yeah.
is a 10, but because Kojima didn't okay it, I'm gonna give it a 7. Like that seems wild if they would do that.
I don't put it past anyway. When we learn like, oh yeah, people that vote for video game awards, we don't play everything. It's like, yeah, I don't put it past them and be like, yeah, Kojima didn't make this though, so now I can't give this that high. So I
Wait,
wouldn't
sorry,
put
what's
it
this
past.
video game awards? People don't play everything things?
Yeah, it wasn't last year, but it was the year before when we were on. There was like things where we talked about like multiple people that vote on these things. Like, yeah, I didn't play that, and it's like, well, that like if I was a voting body, even if I have no interest in some sort of game, I feel like I gotta play this to make a vote. The same thing happens with the Academy, right? Like, well, I don't watch all the movies, so for me, it's like if they're voting on best game of the year and they haven't played like 3 out of the 10 nominees, it doesn't.
Is this for Game Awards or something
Yeah,
else?
for Game Awards. For Game Awards.
But the
so.
only Game Awards, it's not like they're like, here's the nominees and play these 5 games. Like there's thousands of games you could have in a year that would be eligible.
Yeah,
How
but I
would
mean,
you
like,
expect someone to play every single game?
No, the winner vote. Like, don't you do re-vote with the winners? So when you
No. You just pick your 5 favorite games of the year, and then all of those go in a bucket, and then they churn out the winner.
Oh,
And then the fans have 10% of it.
that's a terrible way. Because then I feel like if they're, because to me,
Yeah, I mean, it's a weird system for sure.
that's awful. I just feel like if there was a game that like I'd want to play and see, man, Keeley, man, DLC. Now this news.
Yeah, I mean, and as we've mentioned before, like there's no limits on what they can pick either. Like you can pick games that didn't come out in the year because that's not even a
Yeah.
part of it. You don't have to pick games that came out in that calendar year. You can pick whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's
I just still
insane,
think
but
they got
that's
to
just how
win
it is.
some people over Konami because I think people are always ready to shit on them because they like took to task one of the gaming gods. So I don't think it's like a confirmed 88 like Kirkland's saying. You know?
Interesting.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Circle back.
Okay. Let me,
Got one more, right?
do you?
I think so.
Yeah, he gets
I
6
count.
this year.
I count that as your 5th. But
That's my 5th? Okay.
I mean, I got picks if you guys want to do one more round of this merry-go-round. But
I was miscounting.
Let's see. I don't have.
Of
a pick,
course.
but I can always find a pick.
we always got the second half part that we can do
I
later,
got a
so that's
pick,
fine.
but-
I'm okay with this.
Okay.
Kirkland's
do it.
worried now. What was that pick, Kirkland, that you had there?
Oh, I'll wait till the next next chapter of this draft.
Okay, Travis, do you want to recap your list and how are you feeling about it?
Do you have the... Thank you. There's the document right there. Okay, so I got Grand Theft Auto 6, fingers crossed there. Avowed, Assassin's Creed Shadows, the duo Scraps, Judas, another hopeful Hail Mary, and then WWE 2K25 GMO, bring me to the pearly gates, and let's make it 2 years in a row. Got to catch up to Kirkland, so...
Good stuff. Kirkland, how's your list looking?
My list is starting off pretty fiery with Doom: The Dark Ages, and then below that I got Split Fiction, number 2 slot, number 3 Atom Fall, number 4 Mafia: The Old Country, and number 5 we got Metal Gear Solid Delta.
Yeah, did I forget a word of that title? I feel like there's an
Snake
extra
Eater.
word.
Snake
Snake
Eaters
Eater.
at the
Okay,
end.
it's
Yeah.
too many letters and words. I
Yeah.
can't remember all that. Taylor, how about you?
Looking at Death Stranding 2 on the
I got one
beach.
question, Taylor. What made Death Stranding 2 the number 1 pick for you? I'm not saying don't have to pick or anything. Like, I just surprised out of all those. Why was that like you had picked anything? Why did Death Stranding jump out at you?
Because of you guys, just and everyone I have spoken to that has played this game, I just feel like that's the
It was
game.
a very divisive game, though. Like we're a rare few that love that game. I feel like.
rare
The
few, but you
critics
guys
love
are
it,
like
though, right?
It's like 83 or something, so it's pretty good. But
I
it's
think
not
it's
as like,
87 right now when I looked on Metacritic.
Is it?
I looked at it 4 seconds ago and said 82, but maybe we're looking at
Yeah.
different things.
At
It
least
dropped
Director's
just over
Edition is the one that
just
I
in the
saw.
last hour. It dropped.
people
Some
are
new
putting
reviews
reviews
came
for
in.
it right now.
yeah. I just think my association without playing the game has just been positive. So I thought, well, I thought be dealing with you guys. One of you guys was absolutely going to pick it, so I thought I just need to pick that for my list.
Well, and here's the reverse, I think, for Taylor. I think there's no shot that game is under 80 because I think people have a bias for Kojima. And even if they don't like the game, they go, oh, well, there's a lot of craft behind it, and I love Kojima, so, 8. So it works both ways, I'm saying.
I don't understand it, but it's amazing. So
Yep.
high score.
There you go. Number 2, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Snake Eater.
Beautiful.
You forgot Snake
Snake
Eater.
Eater,
Yeah.
Delta, Old Country. Yeah.
Omega Alpha.
Number 3, Anno 117. Number 4, Metroid Prime 4. 4 and 4. I like that. That's a lucky spot right there. Number 5, Wander Stop.
I just
I
know.
can't believe Anno just used the Master Chief number. It's so wild to me.
That's pretty crazy.
Pretty
I just
crazy.
can't wait till next year if these indie games come on. They suck. Taylor's just gonna be so pissed. He's like, I'm never picking one ever again.
The only one
He's
is
gonna-
Wander Stop. That's the only indie game I picked for my list.
That's an indie game, but it's like, okay, this team has made just amazing games
Good
every
stuff.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I have Monster Hunter Wilds, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Ghost of Yotai, South of Midnight, and MLB The Show. I'm feeling good about this. I feel like, look at FromSoft with Elden Ring. These guys just churn games out, okay? I think they maybe delayed Elden Ring originally, but like their output is insane. The amount of games they put out and the fact that this is a thing that's using like the same engine as Elden Ring, even though they use same bosses and stuff, it's just like a co-op thing. I don't know why it's not a DLC, but to me that makes it strong contender that it will in fact come out. And then Ghost is another wild card potential, but it's like if that doesn't come out, what does PlayStation have this year? They're dead in the water.
Yeah, well, but all they need to do is just like Astro, just drop one game late in the year, one game of the year, and they're good to
They've
go.
Metal Gear
closed all their
Solid Delta
studios and
Sneaky,
fired all their
guys.
workers. They have no one to make games except for Insomniac and Ghost here. That's the only thing they have left. So
Yeah.
I feel like they need it this year. So
I
they'll put all their resources
yeah.
there.
I think Ghost will be out, but I still think there's always a chance that it could get Death Stranding. I'm the one that's more iffy on.
Mhm.
Ghost, I think, is more likely.
Yeah, and then South of Midnight, MLB The Show. I think those are clean 80s. Monster Hunter, I think I'm getting a 90 on that. I'm pretty good. Happy with that one as my
Yeah.
number one pick. But there you go. There's the draft. Any final thoughts here, boys?
No, I'm feeling good. I can't wait to see what happens.
Okay.
I'm hoping for the spirit of competition that there are 0 2026 delays. That's what I'm hoping. That
Yeah.
it's a clear, fair game, and
That would
then
be
we get
ideal.
the winner. But if it means I have to get a win, then fine, I'll take it.
Dylan, you got the South game. I had the South game last year, so hopefully your South of Midnight. Is better than my
Oh
South
God,
Park
the South curse. Yeah, I'm gonna watch out for
pick.
that.
Curse of the
So-
South.
Honestly, South Midnight. If any of my games do tank, it could be that one. Let's be real. I think
banish that. Put in the rules.
looking-
Those South games.
Yeah, the first thing coming out is Avowed because that comes out like literally next week. So we're gonna get some points on this board. Travis is gonna take the early lead with certainty. Thank you everyone for listening. Let us know in the comments or in the Discord wherever who you think has the best list, who you'd put money on, who you'd pizza bet, who you think has the most beautiful list, and who has the worst as well. We don't need to know the middle two, just the best and worst. Thank you everyone for listening. As I said, we'll always be back checking in on this list, and we will, pick more games later on in the year when we have some more juice out there. But thank you all for listening, and check out our other drafts because we have Marvel draft, we have movie draft, we do all sorts of crazy drafts. Check them all out. Thank you for listening. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.